Literature in translation welcomes us to new countries, new worlds, and new possibilities. The finalist for the National Book Award for Translated Literature was interpreted into English from French, Japanese, Norwegian, and Spanish. These works of translation consider each word, line, and phrase to bring us powerful stories of a country's political history, the horrors of the internet, our shared reality, and the ways in which we converge in a not-so-distant imagined future. The panel chair for this year's National Book Award for Translated Literature is Ann Goldstein, a former editor at The New Yorker. She is the translator of works by Elena Ferrante, Pier Paolo Pasolini, and Elsa Morante.
This is really quite disorienting. Thank you. Thanks to the National Book Foundation for inviting me to be a judge for the Prize for Translated Literature. And I would especially like to thank my fellow judges, Nick Buzansky, Veronica Esposito, Rohan Kamicheril, and Russell Scott Valentino for their dedication, knowledge, and generosity. It's been a pleasure and an honor to work with them. I found it both exciting and inspiring to read so many works of translated literature from so many diverse places. In a way, what was most inspiring is the fact that these works exist in English at all, that in spite of low pay and low recognition, translators are working on such a wide variety of books in such a wide variety of languages and a wide variety of styles. Where am I? Enabling all of us in the English-speaking world to enter worlds we might not otherwise know. Well, it's almost a cliche to say that translators are the forgotten voices of literary culture. It's also true that they've become more visible recently, thanks in part to prizes. And I think we're all grateful to the National Book Foundation for having added, or rather revived, the Prize for Translated Literature. In a way, every work in translation deserves a prize, along with its translator, and we should celebrate them all. But given that we had to choose, the finalists for the National Book Award for Translated Literature are Jan Fosse, A New Name, Septology, volumes, whoops, I'm on the wrong page. I can't read them. Volumes 6 and 7, translated from the Norwegian by Damien Searles, Transit Books. I see. Scholastique Mukasonga, Kibogo, translated from the French by Marc Polizzati, Archipelago Books. Monica Ojeda, Jawbone, translated from the Spanish by Sarah Booker, Coffee House Press. Samanta Schweblin, 7 Empty Houses, translated from the Spanish by Megan McDowell. Riverhead Books, Penguin Random House. And Yoko Tawada, Scattered All Over the Earth, translated from the Japanese by Margaret Mitsutani, New Directions Publishing. This year's National Book Award for Translated Literature goes to Samanta Schweblin for 7 Empty Houses. Thank you. Translated from the Spanish by Megan McDowell.
thank you. I'm so honored. I'm mostly a short story writer, so I'm going to be very short. I was thinking today that there are so many moments in life when words can be very tricky and misleading and even harmful. And we need to be very careful about this. But then someone calls you from back home and says, even if you have to dress up tonight, make sure you don't get cold. Keep warm, be happy, enjoy it. And then words become a gift and a privilege. So I am here, I am where I am, and I am a privileged person because of all these people who has been delivering this kind of kindness and care and support all these years to me. So I want to say thank you to them, to my beloved, to my family, to some very special teachers that I have had, to some very special friends that I have had, to my marvelous, amazing translator, the Megan. Yes. To my publishers, the first publishers, the one who published this book in Spain, in Spanish language, from the publishing house Páginas de Espuma, to my publishers here, the Riverhead team, to the jury and to the National Book Foundation, thank you.
This is crazy. I'm not a person to whom words come easy. People often think that writers are people who have a way with words. But I think they're people who question words, who distrust them, and who demand more from them. Writers are people who struggle with words, and so are translators. I always say that any act of communication is an act of translation. And I've learned so much from the ways my writers communicate and the ways that they translate. I'm grateful to Samanta for continually demonstrating the power words have to invoke. I'm also grateful to her for trusting me with translating, with communicating her work. I'm grateful to the folks at Riverhead, Laura, Glory, Ashley, you know why. My family, my parents, my twin sister, Jessie, and many friends back in Chile who have taught me a lot about how to read, how to communicate, and how to translate. Thank you to the National Book Foundation, and to everyone here, to all the readers for their continued curiosity. Thank you.